All participants will be muted until we get to the question and answer portion of our program. Thank you. Hello. Today's PepsiCo Foundation Smile Scholarship.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. You are joining the PepsiCo Foundation Smile Information Session. I am Dr. Renardo Reddick, the Chief Diversity Officer for Westchester Community College, and we are absolutely thrilled that you are here with us today. Thank you for joining and participating in all of our Black History Month presentations that we have coming up, and feel free to really dive into those presentations that we have, because you'll find them very, very helpful and educational on so many levels. Here are a couple of things I want you to know as it relates to the PepsiCo Foundation Uplifting Smiles programs. WCC is one of the first community colleges to be chosen for these awards. WCC is one of 3 in the nation to receive the Smile Transfer Award. 10 awards of roughly $25,000 per year for 2 years are reserved for WCC Black and Hispanic students. In addition, awards have been granted for the past 2 years. 20 WCC students are pursuing their degrees at Columbia, Barak, and other colleges. And guess what? That could be you. I have a few housekeeping rules that I want everyone to know about. This session is being recorded, and so just be aware of that. Please type any questions into the chat during the presentation, and when we get to that portion, we'll have a chance to answer those for you. And then also, attendees will be muted until the final call for additional questions is at the end. Now I have the pleasure of introducing our wonderful partners when it comes to the PepsiCo Foundation Scholarships. We have Tracy Rue from PepsiCo, and we also have Bev Kraft from Scholarship America. I will turn it over to the 2 of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Renardo, for that warm welcome, and good afternoon, everyone. It is a pleasure to be here with you. I'm Tracy Rue White, and to Renardo's point, I lead the PepsiCo Foundation Smile Scholarship, as well as diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives for the U.S. on PepsiCo's early talent team. I do want to apologize in advance. I'm currently taking this call from an airport. I am on the road traveling for recruitment, just left Hampton University. So again, apologies if you hear any background noise. Hopefully it will be limited. But I am joined today by our partner from Scholarship America, who is the program manager at Scholarship America for the Smile Scholarship. And she leads the support, selection, and administration for the scholarship, Miss Beverly Kraft. Bev, I'll turn it over to you.
Well, hello. It's a pleasure to be here. I have been with Scholarship America for 13 years now, and my background is in education, special ed, and K through 12, and I love working with students. So it is indeed a pleasure to be here. Thanks, Tracy.
Wonderful. Thanks for being here, Bev. So I have a few slides to share that cover the high-level eligibility and programmatic details of the scholarship. And after those slides, we have a few guest speakers. And at the end, we will be opening the floor for any questions that you have. So next slide, please. And, yep, perfect. Thank you. The SMILE Scholarship, and SMILE is actually an acronym, which stands for Success Matters in Life and Education, is part of PepsiCo's foundation broader commitment to economic opportunity and PepsiCo's racial equality journey, or what we call the REJ, to help create opportunities and dismantle systemic barriers in Black and Hispanic American communities. As part of the $570 million racial equality journey commitment set by PepsiCo in 2020, the PepsiCo Foundation is investing in community college scholarships to provide access to professional training and higher education for more than 4,000 Black and Hispanic students. The PepsiCo Foundation Community College Program, including the SMILE Scholarship, is designed with a holistic approach to promote access to college education, advancement, and by addressing the obstacles of retention, completion, and workforce readiness. that disproportionately impact Black and Hispanic students' educational and professional journeys. We believe in the power of community colleges as a unique pathway for students seeking an affordable and flexible education, which creates economic opportunities and enablement to secure jobs in industries with growth potential. Through the SMILE Scholarship, the PepsiCo Foundation is proud to work together with our partner community colleges, continuing to break down barriers of inequality and feeding the potential of Black and Hispanic students who aspire to continue their educational journey. Students of Dallas College, City Colleges of Chicago, and Westchester Community College can apply for the scholarship. Up to 25 students will earn renewable scholarships of $25,000 each for undergraduate study. And in addition to that financial assistance, the program also includes professional development access to emergency grants and financial literacy courses, which we'll discuss in detail here shortly. Scholarship applications are being accepted through February 28th, and eligible students can apply via Scholarship America at learnmore.scholarsapply.org/PepsiCo Smile. Of the 25 scholarships available, 10 scholarships have been earmarked for Westchester Community College students, and those allocations are based on PepsiCo's footprint in its cities with headquarter locations. So we have 10 earmarked for WCC students, 10 earmarked for Dallas College students, and 5 earmarked for City Colleges of Chicago students. All right. To be eligible, applicants must identify as Black or African American and or Hispanic or Latinx, be a current college undergraduate attending one of the partner colleges. So for you all, you must be attending Westchester Community College currently enrolled. You must have completed 45 credit hours by January 2023, have a minimum grade point average of a 2.75 on a 4.0 scale, plan to enroll in full-time undergraduate study at an accredited four-year college or university for the entire upcoming academic year with anticipated graduation date in 2025. You must be pursuing a bachelor's degree in an eligible STEM or business major, have an indefinite right to work in the United States without visa sponsorship, agree to receive communications directly from PepsiCo, and agree to a recorded final interview. Next slide, please. We'll pause here for a moment so that you can review the list of eligible business and STEM majors for the scholarship. Again, this list is based on growing industries where graduates have a high likelihood of developing promising careers with advancement and increased earnings potential. This list is also available on the scholarship website, which again is learnmore.scholarsapply.org/PepsiCo Smile. And it's also included in the application itself. So we'll pause here for a moment so that you can review. Next slide, please. In addition to the scholarship funding towards cost of attendance, SMILE scholars also receive robust professional development opportunities, including access to self-paced financial literacy courses and hands-on tools, mentorship from PepsiCo associates with 3 phases across the life cycle of the scholarship to ensure broad exposure to professionals with different areas of expertise and backgrounds, soft skill development focused on career readiness topics such as resume crafting and acing the interview, executive fireside chats, where executives at PepsiCo who identify as people of color will share life lessons learned through both business and professional experiences to help scholars see themselves represented in leadership positions and understand how resilience and perseverance can yield impactful results. Next slide, please. All right, I will turn it over to Renardo.
Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate that. So I have the privilege of introducing 2 students who are recipients of this award. And this is an excellent opportunity for them to tell you from their lived experiences what it's meant for them. So the first student that I'd like to introduce is Oscar Monroy, excuse me. So Oscar is a 2022 graduate from SUNY Westchester Community College, where he earned an associate's degree in cybersecurity as a PepsiCo Uplift Scholar. He is the first Uplift student to receive the PepsiCo Foundation Smile Transfer Scholarship, which is enabling him to attend the New England School of Technology. Growing up, Oscar was always fascinated by his father's inventiveness and ability to repair devices and create small objects out of computer components. It became clear to him the need to pursue a career in technology. Cybersecurity also became his passion at the college, and while as a student, Oscar quickly enhanced his skills following his goal of becoming an ethical hacker and owning his own cybersecurity firm. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce Oscar.
Hello everyone, I hope you are having a good day. I wanted to share a little bit about my story with you today. I'm a proud recipient of the PepsiCo Foundation Smile Scholarship. I graduated from Westchester Community College in 2021 and earned my associate's degree in cybersecurity. At that time, it was a challenge to transfer to a 4-year school since I was already struggling paying for tuition at Westchester Community College. And at a 4-year school, tuition was a lot higher. But thanks to the PepsiCo Foundation Smile Scholarship, I was able to transfer to New England Institute of Technology and continue my education in cybersecurity. I'm proud to say that I currently have a 4.0 GPA, and I'm also in the process of building a CTF team with the school. This is one of the projects I have had in mind for a while, and I'm glad it's happening now. New England is a fast-paced college that focuses on hands-on learning, which is something I was really looking forward to. I have been able to learn from experts in the field, and I'm truly enjoying my classes. It will be really hard to forget the day we received the scholarship, and I say we because it was not just for me, but for my family as well. This scholarship has been a game changer for my future and the future of my siblings as well. It allowed me to choose the college I wanted to attend, focus on my education, and have a brighter future ahead. And once again, thank you to PepsiCo for giving me this incredible opportunity.
Wow, how amazing is that to hear Oscar's lived experience and the impact that this scholarship has made on him and, as he said, his family moving forward. And so, again, I would just like to say thank you to Oscar for providing us that testimony to talk about your lived experience. As I've been seeing, there has been questions that you've been putting in the chat box. That's excellent, and continue to do so. We want to make sure that anyone who has any questions, we get those answered during this session. So again, we encourage you to continue to post your questions in the chat box. So let's continue to our next student. Our next student who is here to talk about his lived experience is Aaron Dunbar. We are so excited to have Aaron actually be here with us in the room today. Aaron Howard Dunbar graduated from SUNY Westchester Community College in May of 2022 with an AS in Business Management. He now attends UConn, majoring in sports management as a Smile Scholar. His philosophy is success is a journey, not a destination. For every setback, God has a major comeback. If you love something, if you have a strong passion for something, you would go to the extreme to try and understand to go and get it. Without further ado, I'm so excited and proud to introduce Aaron Dunbar.
Thank you. It's an honor to actually be back in WCC virtual. Oh man, I remember when I was in WCC, my first semester in 2019, the same year I graduated from high school. And I was like, I was so happy to be in college because it was a fresh new start. But when I was like, when the pandemic started, I was like really lost. But I managed to find a way to like change all that, change how I was studying when I was at home. Um, and I managed to get my get my grades up to par, you know, like back when I was in high school, I didn't take high school serious, but when I had went to community college, it changed everything for me going to the academic building for the help and for the tutoring, you know, it changed everything for me. And like when I found out that I was able to get back on campus in 2021, it was uncomfortable at first having to wear the mask and having to be 6 feet away from others, but it felt good to be back on campus. I had the opportunity to sit down before going to class with Professor Simmons, Don Simmons, Senior. I see him um, every day. We would have our morning talks before I would go to class. It was an honor to have him as my mentor and actually have those serious talks. And during the time last year, before it was time for me to graduate, I made sure that I chose the four schools that I wanted to go to. And out of those four schools, I chose the University of Connecticut, UConn. It was my dream school. It was the school that I really wanted to go to from I was when I was in high school. So like because I didn't have the grades for it when I was in high school, I chose Westchester Community College. Now I'm not gonna lie, community college wasn't where I wanted to go. It's the 4 year school is where I wanted to be. But when I made that transition from high school to community college, I realized that it's not that bad after all, having to stay in school and major in business management, have the opportunities to be with the professors and ask for help when needed, and also go to the library because and get that help at the tutoring because you don't want to take these for granted. You want to be able to get the help that's needed. And that's exactly what I did. And like, not to also mention that when I had got accepted into four good schools, out of those four good schools, chose University of Connecticut, UConn, St. John's University, SUNY Cortland, full ride, Sacred Heart University, which is in Fairfield, Connecticut. I chose those four schools because of my major. I already knew what I wanted to major in when I had finished high school, but but like I said, I didn't have the grades when I had left high school, so I had to go into community college and major in business management. But now that I'm officially an alumni and I graduated from Westchester Community College, it's truly an honor to be back at Westchester Community College virtual. And it's an honor to actually see familiar faces and also have the honor to talk about my story on how I how I got into Westchester Community College and how I got into UConn as well.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Aaron, so very much for telling us your lived experience. And we're so very proud of you. And you know that you have a family here at Westchester Community College. And whatever we can do to continue to support you, please don't hesitate to reach out. You have lots of connections. Feel free to use those because we're all here to support you. Again, thank you. So now we will continue on in our program, and I'd like to turn it back over to our wonderful Tracy White.
Thank you, Aaron, and thank you, Renardo. And wow, what a pleasure, Aaron, to hear directly from you about your experience, not only at WCC, but transitioning to your four-year school, UConn, and how the scholarship has been able to support you as you continue to aspire towards the accomplishment of your goals. So again, congratulations, and we are so, so, so very proud of you. All right, so as we prepare to wrap up the presentation part of our session today, and prior to opening the floor for questions, I do want to leave you with a few key takeaways that are important to remember. The first is that the deadline to apply to the scholarship is Tuesday, February 28th. So you've got about 20 days left to get those applications in. Bev Kraft, once again, our program manager from Scholarship America, is ready to answer any questions that you may have regarding the scholarship. If you email her at the email address highlighted on the screen, which is pepsicosmile@scholarshipamerica.org, she and her team are ready and waiting and prepared to answer your questions. And then finally, one more reminder, the application website is learnmore.scholarsapply.org/PepsiCoSmile. Be sure to get those applications in by then. And I do want to highlight the deadline is Tuesday, February 28th, but the applications close at 3 p.m. Central Time or 4 p.m. Eastern. So please be sure to get those applications in by 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Hopefully everyone on this call will get them in way before that. But just know that is the absolute deadline, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Tuesday, February 28th. And that is to ensure that we have representatives from Scholarship America, Bev, that is available and able to help you with any application questions that you may have prior to the cutoff deadline. Okay. So with that, I think we can go ahead and open it up for questions.
Awesome. Thank you, Tracy. We certainly appreciate that. And so this is how we're going to manage our question and answer session. I'm going to request that Ed, you're in the room. Is he there?
No, it's me, Renardo.
Oh, it's Mark. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark. So we have Mark. So Mark is going to be the person who will start reading our questions out. And then those questions will be answered by our experts in the room. And so Mark, if you could go ahead and read the first question that you see in the chat.
Yes, thank you very much, Renardo. So the first question is, could you please tell us if international trade and marketing is an eligible major?
That is a great question. I would say that that is an eligible major. So I would encourage that person who applied to go ahead and move forward. I do want to caveat the slide that we shared, and Jose, potentially if we could navigate back to that slide as we're taking the questions, the slide that lists the eligible business and STEM majors, please, so folks can continue to refer to that. If your major is not currently listed there, but you believe it could be close, for example, at the four-year university you plan to pursue, perhaps the major isn't called human resources management, maybe it's called human capital leadership or industrial labor relations, but it is still a degree in human resources. Please let us know and be able to confirm whether or not that is eligible, as we understand that different colleges and universities title or label their degree programs different, even though it may still be the same field of study. Thank you for that question.
Excellent. Next question, Mark.
Yeah, thank you. Well, the next question, Tracy, is if your major is not listed, can you still get the scholarship? But I think you sort of addressed it there. A more specific question is, what about vet tech?
Vet tech or veterinary sciences is not an eligible major for the PepsiCo Smile Scholarship, but I do encourage you all, for those who are on the call and realize that you are not eligible for this scholarship, I do encourage you to still research Scholarship America, because they have loads of scholarship opportunities available, one of which you might be eligible for. So I'm going to defer and allow Bev to tell you a little bit more about Scholarship America, what they do, and how to navigate their platform in case you may be eligible for another scholarship with them.
All right. So I just typed in our Scholarship America hub address. It's start.scholarsupply.org. So if you are not eligible for the PepsiCo Smile, you can go to that URL website and create a student account on our Scholarship America hub. Once you have an account, you will answer the questions in the student profile. And the answers you give in the student profile will match you with scholarship programs that we have available currently. So once you complete your student profile, make sure you answer those questions correctly, click on the Save button, and then click on the Scholarship tab, and you will find some programs hopefully there for you. If not, keep checking back every few weeks because we add programs often.
Okay, and
I see another question that I think I can answer about renewal, because that's kind of part of this. Is that okay?
yeah,
Is the renewal
let
process
me
the
just,
same as applying?
yeah, and let me just, because there are several posts from the same person, so I'll
Okay.
just sort of consolidate it, but yes, thank you, Beth. So in talking about the renewal of the scholarship, wondering if it's just for 1 year, or 2 or 3 semesters, and is the renewal process the same as applying all over again? Over to you. Thank you.
So the renewal process, what we do at Scholarship America is we will send you a renewal invitation via email in mid-January. And the application for renewal, you'll be happy to know, is a lot smaller, much easier to complete. It won't take near as much time. And the application itself really doesn't take that much time, but the renewal application is much shorter. So you will wait for the renewal application to come. You will complete the application for renewal, upload a transcript from your four-year university, and send it on off to Scholarship America. You'll just lock and submit, and then we will get that, process your renewal, and let you know if your award is renewed in the spring.
Great, thank you. We did have a request for the Scholarship of America website, and I'm reposting it, so just people know that I just put it into the chat, so it's there for you. We do have another question. If we're just starting college with less than 20 college credits, we cannot apply yet. Do we have to wait until we graduate?
Tracy, do you want to take that one?
Mark, can you repeat just repeat the full question? I'm sorry, I missed the last part.
Yeah, no problem. So if we're just starting college with less than 20 college credits, we cannot apply yet. Do we wait until we graduate?
Thank you. So you do, there is a requirement of 45 credit hours to be eligible for this scholarship. So at this time, if you have 20 credit hours, you would not be eligible.
Okay. Can international students apply for the scholarship?
So there is a requirement that students must have an indefinite right to work in the United States without visa sponsorship. So if you meet that eligibility criteria, then you are eligible for the scholarship.
Okay, thank you. I'm going back to Beverly with this one, just to get clarification on what you were saying about the renewal. Is it that it has to be renewed every other semester? What's the frequency of the renewal process?
Gotcha. Thank you. It is a one-time renewal, so you will be sent a renewal in January. So the recipients of the 2023 PepsiCo Smile program will receive a renewal invitation in January of 2024, and it's for the whole year, the 2024-25 school year.
Right, so basically renewal is just once,
Right.
you know, you get, when you get the scholarship award now, it's for your first year and then you renew for the second year.
Correct. So providing you meet the renewal guidelines, it's a total of a $50,000 award, 25 for your first year and 25,000 for your second year. It's an amazing, life-changing award.
Yes, yes. And you're welcome, Bilali. Is nursing included?
Nursing is not an eligible major for the PepsiCo Smile Scholarship, but once again, we encourage you to build a profile on Scholarship America's Hub, as I'm sure there are other opportunities available for nursing majors.
Okay,
And we add new programs monthly, so keep checking back if you don't find something the first time.
thank you. I'm just looking, I don't have any other questions in the chat. I'll just give people another minute or so if they have something, but what I am sharing in the chat right now is the URL for the PepsiCo Smile scholarship page on the WCC website. So it does have some information there. It also has some links. So it has the link for Scholarship America, and also it has information for people who are interested in applying but need help with their essay. You can seek help at the Academic Support Center's writing tutors. And so it has information about that as well.
I ask a question?
I see
Robin Graff's hand was up.
Robin Graff has
Yes, thank you. Hi, everybody. For the students that are on here, I'm Robin Graff, the coordinator of transfer services, in case you don't know me. And there'll be a slide later to show you how you can take advantage of the services that we offer if you want to talk about just transfer in general and make a transfer plan. But I do have a question about the scholarship. Tracy, how can you explain a little bit more about how it works and how it's decided on the amount of the scholarship that the student actually receives? So for example, the student goes to a college and they get, let's say, a merit scholarship from that institution, or they have some financial aid as well that counts towards. How do you determine the amount of the scholarship that the student actually receives from PepsiCo?
So I can take this, and Bev, please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong or if I miss anything, but that amount is actually not determined by PepsiCo or Scholarship America. It's determined by the financial aid office at the school the student is transferring to. So the scholarship is applicable towards the cost of attendance, and that cost of attendance number varies by institution. So if a student has other scholarships or financial aid that they have received, that could augment that cost of attendance number, and whatever the remaining balance is, the Smile scholarship would go towards. So while the scholarship is, that's why we say up to $25,000 per year for 2 years, that's because that number could be less depending on other scholarship awards that the student has received. Now, if a student goes to an institution that has a cost of attendance that is lower than $25,000, there may be an opportunity for the student to receive a refund check and use those funds towards other ancillary costs associated with attending school, rent, books, etc. But all of those decisions, again, are determined by the institution, not by PepsiCo and not by Scholarship America. Bev, again, please chime in if I missed anything.
Absolutely correct.
No,
Okay.
thank you.
Correct.
That's perfect. That was a perfect answer. So when you say cost of attendance, then students can use this towards room and board?
That is correct. Oh, go ahead, Bev. I see you're about to chime in.
I was just going to, Scholarship America considers education related expenses to be tuition and fees, room and board, books and supplies, transportation if necessary. I mean, not buying a car, but you know, bus
Right.
rides, that type of thing.
Thank you so much. That's perfect.
Great question. And I do also want to add, because I think that's a very relevant question. In addition to the scholarship funding itself, our Smile Scholars have an additional financial benefit available to them in the form of an emergency grant. So we know that
Correct.
unexpected expenses pop up, and the last thing that we want is for those to deter students from continuing to pursue and succeed in their academic journey, right? So sometimes a car breaks down, sometimes there's an unexpected medical expense, and we don't want students determining, okay, am I going to be able to pay my rent or pay this hospital bill, right? So there is an opportunity for students to apply to an emergency grant for up to $1,000 for each cycle. It is one pool of money, so once it's exhausted by the eligible scholars, it's exhausted, right? But students have the opportunity to apply for that emergency grant funding, and then it could even be something like groceries, right? If you just are in a situation where you're not sure how you're going to make ends meet and get enough groceries to last you for the foreseeable time. That's what that emergency grant money is there for. Perhaps your laptop stopped working and you need to procure another one. We have those emergency grant funds available for those purposes.
Yep. And my teammate
Thank you.
Cassandra Jander covers that program, and she is amazing. So make sure you take advantage of that if
That's
needed.
great to know. Thank you.
We also had a request to once more review the eligibility requirements. So I'm wondering if, as you talk to it, here we go. No, not this page, Jose. It's I think it was the previous. I forget if it's the previous or the following one. That
Should be the previous page. Yep.
There we go. Thank you. What you may want to do for anybody interested in this, there are two possibilities. You can take a picture of this with your phone now. The other option is that you could go to the SMILE webpage that I shared a link before, and I just did again. That gives you the listing of all the eligibility requirements. And in answer to Abigail's question about will this be recorded, yes, this is being recorded, and we will share it on the page where I just shared the link. So we will have that up this week. So you can review this recording, this session again, and share it with any of your friends that you know of that might be interested. Are there any other questions? No? Okay. And I'm not sure who I'm turning it over to wrap it up.
That'll be me, Mark.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure.
So before we wrap this up, I just want to give everyone in the room just one more chance. If there's any questions, or maybe there's something that just popped in your head at the last minute, please feel free to put that in the chat room, and we will try to get those answered. And so I'll give you just a few more minutes to do that. And so while you're doing that, I just want to give a few last points of very helpful information for you to be aware of. Feel free, and we please encourage you to go and look at the website. There's two links in there. They both will lead you to the same information. It has all the details that's critical in terms of you being able to complete out any applications. Don't hesitate at all if you need to reach out to the Academic Support Center or faculty member, whoever it may be, if you need help with essays or just trying to facilitate that process. Please don't hesitate to reach out to get that support and that assistance. That could be very helpful. And then also, we have the transfer office, and they're always ready to help in terms of any transfer process or assistance, or giving you knowledge base with that as well. Okay. So with that being said, Mark, are there any new questions in the chat room that may have popped up that we want to address?
I think so.
Okay.
I reached out to one person who asked about it, who said attendance for EOP, but I'm not quite sure what the question is there. So looking for clarification. And not sure, Kelly, if you're there to elaborate? The EOP requirement.
Would you like me to give Kelly the ability to speak?
Yeah, please. Kelly, might make sense if you just ask your question directly. So you should be able to unmute and ask your question now to Tracy and Beverly.
Yes, no, I mean, it has nothing to do with this, but we have like mandatory like Zoom calls to meet the EOP requirement. And I just wonder if we're going to do attendance for that purpose.
I think you're asking, you're part of ELP, and part of being an ELP is they encourage you to attend this specific session. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. I would say go back and refer that specifically with Gwen, or I'm losing his name in my mind, but whoever the folks are that run the EOP, just go back and let them know that you attended. And Jason, thank you. Somebody knew who I was trying to say, and they will just help facilitate that piece.
I'll be producing a report for them also that will list all the students who were in attendance.
Excellent, thank you. Jose, we appreciate that. If there's, are there any other questions that any of you may have? Okay.
Nothing's
So on
in the
your
chat.
screen, you'll definitely, if you look right here, you'll see kind of a need helps screen, and it talks about the Academic Support Center, but also the transfer services as well. And their information for both of those is here. Feel free to certainly go and utilize those assistance, those services in any way that you see fit. Okay. So I do want to take the time to also say thank you to Tracy White and then Beverly Kraft. Scholarship America is an excellent resource. Feel free to please go and connect and look at all of their scholarship opportunities and resources that's listed there. I do want to remind you that the final deadline, again, is February the 28th. And remember that according to what Tracy White just said, you know, it's 3 o'clock Central Time, 4 o'clock Eastern Time. And so please be aware of the deadline and the associated times that go with that. I want to take the time to say thank you to all of you who helped make this presentation possible today. All of the WCC staff, all of the staff at PepsiCo and Scholarship America. This would not have been possible without all of your support in making sure that this happens. We are absolutely excited about having all of you as students here, the possibilities of you applying. We strongly encourage you to apply because this is life-changing in so many ways. And so if you remember anything that you've learned today, listen to the testimonies of those 2 young, excellent men who spoke about their lived experiences and the impact that this has had on their lives. And so just think about that could be you. That probably will be you if you apply, you meet the qualifications, and you excel in the application process. And so we encourage all of you to please take the time to consider it. And if you are in doubt, just go ahead and apply anyway. You just never know what could happen, okay? Again, thanks all for attending the session today. And we certainly look forward to supporting you in any way that we can. Thank you for attending and have a wonderful day and enjoy Black History Month.
Thank you, everyone. Happy Black History Month. Happy applications. Bye-bye.